Here we are again today with Kathryn Telford from Ferguson Solicitors. Thank you for joining me. Just a couple of, this is really a general discussion because these are two things that I've come across this week, and I want to make sure you're doing your due diligence properly when you're looking at a property. So first one is we had a large home on a very large block, over 3,000 square metres, very close to town. So a lot of people immediately think subdivision. Oh great, the home's set aside, but there was some unusable space. I did put them in contact with the town planner to make sure that they could do the things that they wanted to do before they made an offer. But could you just talk us through those sort of processes and things that people need to actually probably start to ask in their own mind before they start making offers on property?
Yeah, well, in certain properties, some larger properties can have 2 or 3 zonings. So the property could be divided up in relation to zonings, and you could have a very small usable part of the land, and the other zoning could restrict what you can do on that land quite significantly. So the first thing you would want to do is find out the zoning, and there are zoning maps online with every council, so you can look at the zoning. There are minimum lot sizes, so if you are thinking of subdividing, you can look at that as well. But importantly, you may want to discuss with council or a town planner in relation to what you can actually do on the land before you make an offer, and make sure that the land that you're purchasing suits your needs and is available for you to do exactly what you're planning to do, such as subdivision on a large block.
The other thing was we were looking with this buyer 2 different lots, and so the other one, also very close to town, was actually still classified rural because it was actually on 3 acres very close to town with lots of trees. And immediately when our block had some restrictions, they started looking at this large block saying, oh, this will be perfect. So again, there's some things that can come to play there. There's lots of trees on that block. And I just said to them, you can't just chop trees down, you've got to have application, and then it becomes a very big cost because I think the last tree last week that a client chopped down was $3,000 or $4,000. So you need to factor in the cost if you get approval to take these trees down. And then the other thing you need to consider is when the zoning changes, as in a rural zoning, even though it was very close to town, your mortgage may change. You may have a different loan to value ratio, and you need to talk to your mortgage broker about that. So don't just consider that everything that is in town or very close to town is an accessible block that's easily cleared for redevelopment or being able to be subdivided, because I know lots of people advertise property saying that this block could be subdivided subject to council approval. You need to do all of that homework. Don't just expect that it's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are under the impression that you can do anything you like on your block. These days it's so regulated by council and obviously other restrictions in relation to the planning that the advice that you get, especially when it comes to trees in certain councils. Councils are very environmentally friendly these days, and you cannot just go cutting down trees down on your land, despite the fact that many people would like to clear it. But make sure you've got approval before you do that. The fines can be significant.
So lots of things to consider, but hopefully we're giving you some really great hints, tips and advice here, so that before you look at your perfect block of land, make sure it ticks all the boxes for you. Thanks, Kathryn.
Thank you.